Hello everyone, I hope you're all well and enjoying today, the 28th of January 2022. It's a very miserable grey day out there through the window, and there's Ted. He doesn't care what the weather is or whose in videos he interrupts, do you? Anyway, today's video, my friends, is to introduce my new book. Shameless self-publishing, yes, I know. And here it is, Graham Jenkinson, poet and the reclaimed metal sculptor. And this book is called The Musings of an Old Man. The old man, of course, being me. To everyone who has purchased my poetry books in the past, a massive thank you. I truly appreciate it. These books have been a long time in coming. I've been writing poetry now for over 20 years in earnest, but I suppose all my life as I look back. This one is the latest, as I say. It's called The Musings of an Old Man, a Journey Through My Mind. And there are 160 poems of a huge range of topics and subjects. And I would like to thank my family and my friends for their patience while I've been writing these poems for this book. I would like to thank all of you who were the inspiration for some of the poems, and to all the lovely places and events which led to this poetry book being written. Special thanks to June Lawney, Steve Bailey, Carrie Harrison, Graham Harrison, Tony Ellis, Aileen Ellis, Gilly Walker, Julie Greaves, Tracy Louise Brunning, for all the support and encouragement you've given me over the years. Most of the people know me through my reclaimed metal sculpture, but deep within beats the heart of a poet with the soul of a gypsy. I find inspiration for my poetry in everyday events, and I hope that you enjoy this journey through my mind, the musings of an old man. And I'll read a poem which is a sad poem, which is in this book, and it's about a drug addict that I once knew, who is no longer with us. And it's simply called Passing Away. I watched as the addict began to writhe, injecting an overdose of lethal drugs to assuage the gods of his choosing. He began to shiver and convulse. This clear fluid entered his veins. Deep red arterial blood ran down his arm. He was hoping for an ethereal experience, an awakening of the mystical in his death. His body ached with being hammered for years. As the grave yawned, waiting his presence, all this under the umbrella of depression, removing from his mind life's obstacles, wanting deep within his consciousness to return to the earthly elements, to be once again part of the ground. Life was so intensely irritating to him. For years people had brought him pain. He was so very passionate in his beliefs, feeling he could no longer cope with the emotions. He had decided to end it all, hoping for salvation. As his life passed from his earthly body, a great peace fell upon his troubled mind. He had now entered that void of no return. He smiled, while those who hurt him wept. And I realise that's a very sombre, very serious poem. But as I say, there are so many different types of poetry in here. From comedy, sad, love, happiness, you name it, they're all in this book. And I'll finish with one of the more comical ones. And this is simply called Romantic. I went to the local Chinese restaurant to get myself some food. And as I looked down at the menu, I have to say, by the description of the duck, I was wooed. So I called over the young Chinese waiter, gave him my order, or so I thought. What I asked for was nothing like the plate full of food that he brought. There was a duck with a rose in its beak, but I was so hungry I wanted to be fed. I asked for the aromatic duck and ended up with a romantic duck instead. So there you go. Once again, my friends, thank you all so much for the support you've given me over the years. Through my poetry, my metal sculptures. I truly appreciate everything that people do. Please feel free to leave a comment in the description below. If you've purchased the book, please let me know what you think of it. Click like if you've liked it. Feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free to subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon for any further uploads I will be doing in the future. And there will be quite a few, trust me. And on that note, I would like to say Namaste. And I would also like to dedicate this book to a dear friend of mine who passed away yesterday at a very young age. So Dora, I'll never forget you, mate. Rest in peace. Thank you once again, everyone.